Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. Life doesn't have to make sense to make sense. I've been giggling about this all morning. Now, no, this is going to go to a sad place, but end up in a happy place. As we think about life, we try to make sense of everything. Right now, we have AI that can take the most complicated things and distill it into something you can read. But can you understand it? And that's the irony of right now, is right now we have access to everything in the world on the device you're watching me on, most likely, unless you're watching it on a laptop, at which point you have even more access, right? Because you're not limited by mobile. But there's so much, it's almost like you kind of put your head in the sand, you're like, wow, I can do anything. I'm gonna go look up football news in the off season, right? 'Cause I'm just gonna pass time. I do that sometimes, we all do that. But it's funny because there are things, like right now I'm going through my mom and the sadness of that, and it doesn't make sense, but there's a natural progression to life where we get old and we have to pass away to make space for the next generation, which is why it becomes so important that we share our skill sets, share our knowledge, share our experiences for that next generation so they make new mistakes. So we as a society move forward versus staying stagnant. And that's what today is all about, is that we're stuck in these feedback loops where we're busy and we're doing things and oh my God, today was a blur, wow. But did I do anything? Not sure. So sometimes life doesn't have to make sense. Like right now it's absolute chaos. But yet when you take a step back and you start to realize like, well, what's actually happening in the world? And you're like, well, I mean, to some degree, you've got this boomer generation that's almost changing of the guard that's happening. We're living through it, where they've been, in essence, since like the 70s, the main state of politics, of geopolitics, of commerce, etc. And now there's not enough Gen X, and there's millennials, and there's enough of them. There's not enough Gen Z, and we got to support them. But life is not supposed to make sense always. Sometimes you're going through what's called a learning period, right? We all do this. And in that learning period, it's just like, what am I doing? Right? And none of us know what we're doing. The first time you have your kid, and this is not for everyone. If you want kids and you like love your partner, kids are amazing. If you don't, take some time, find the right partner, find the right fit. Now, back to kids. They're awesome. But when you first get one, you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? And it's chaos and you don't know what to do. And you're like, wait a minute. Billions of people have come before me and done this. Pretty sure I can handle it. And you start to get that rhythm, right? When you break up with the wrong person, oh, my heart's broken, I'm so sad, that sucked, this person, whatever, songs from the 90s, right? Waterfalls. And so, but then you find the right partner, and suddenly 12 years go by, and it's 11 years of marriage, and you're like, holy crap, life doesn't have to make sense to make sense. We make sense of it. Give it a shot.